Yeah, there's 20 lawmakers who are meeting informally trying to maybe circumvent their leadership to come up with ideas. But I think Democrats have totally overplayed their.
Oh, yeah, totally. Totally overplayed their hand. As in played a hand. Any hand. That's what's going on here. They've played a hand for the first time ever. And that's why so many people are like panicking. So many politicians and media figures are reacting as though you're not supposed to play by these rules. Like, what's going on here? You're not supposed to fight back. You're the Democrats. Why are you fighting back? Totally overplaying your hand here, sir. That's what it is. It's like they are 100% right for forcing a government shutdown in this circumstance. And the reason why they're doing it is specifically to protect Americans' health care, their premium payments, and their healthcare coverage in general. And what's so crazy to me is the overwhelming majority impacted by this will be fucking Republicans. They are literally, for once, not only playing politics, but are doing it at the behest of decent policy, at least within the confines of what we have. Obviously, the best possible thing would be universal healthcare or socialized medicine of some sorts. Obviously, we're not going to get that. We're on a defensive posture right now. And in terms of the defensive posture, these are literally Democrat politicians putting their social capital and their political capital on the fucking line to defend the healthcare of right-wing MAGA rural areas, first and foremost. What an insane situation to observe. These guys are primarily, obviously this protects everybody, right? Like this initiative hurts everyone. If we're looking at proportionality, if we're looking at who gets fucked over the most by this, it is unironically Republicans in rural areas. Okay? I cannot stress this enough. We get it, dude. You're woke transgender. Exactly. That's the response from the Republicans overall. Is like, you're just woke transgender, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Well, they need 60 votes, and they have 55, so they need to get those 5 more. So because Rand Paul was the only one on the Republican Party that didn't vote for it, so they need 5 more Democrats to come over. You have those 3 already.
I don't know about y'all, but one thing that frustrates me about this process is one thing to have different policy prescriptions and debate the merits. But when one side says this is not in the bill, these things, I mean, I've been going through this morning. It's hard to read through this legislation and figure out.
Yeah, bro, because you're not literate, okay? As is expected from a fucking Fox News host. Let's be real. Your job requires you to not be literate. If you were literate, you wouldn't be able to do your job. So yeah, no wonder it's hard to read. Anyway, that's just one dumbass thing aside. I cannot fucking believe a Fox News host has the audacity to say Democrats are lying about what's in the bill. Dude, the number one message from the Republicans about what the Democrats want out of this is straight up giving $1.5 trillion worth of healthcare to undocumented immigrants. Like, that's what they've been going with. What do you mean? It's just pure projection.
Each side stands for it. But when you go on national TV and you say, hey, there's no funding in here for illegal, and you know that's not true, that makes it hard for Americans to decide what is false and what is true, and judge it by not only the...
Oh my God. Oh my God. I spoke too soon. He was in the process of lying while simultaneously claiming that the Democrats are lying about what's in the bill and what's not in the bill. He's just fucking lying. Like, you're the guy doing the thing, and you're claiming that the Democrats are doing that thing that you're doing right now to the bill.
Vice President comments yesterday on our program, but Jackie's report as well. There is clear funding for illegals in this bill that they wanted.
Yeah, well, if you work for a company, you have a budget, and that's exactly what our country has. We have a budget. We just need 7 more weeks of funding. So the Republicans are saying, let's just pass exactly what we passed in March and fund our government for the next 7 weeks. And they're angry at the Democrats because they're saying people are going to go without paychecks. People are going to be furloughed just because they want to throw in this money for illegal immigrants. And they're blaming it on Chuck Schumer and AOC because they say that she will probably be primarying Chuck Schumer in his next election. And he was killed for supporting Republicans in March, and he doesn't want it to happen again. Here are some...
Yeah, this is why Chuck Schumer was wrong to have allowed the previous funding bill to go through without a fight. He was wrong back then, and now he's realized how fucking wrong he was now, only because of the outsized pressure coming from his fucking constituents, who at the very least are aware of how deep the cuts are going to be to Medicaid. $800 billion. All of this, like, oh, it's because he's worried about getting primaried. Oh, you mean democracy? Oh, you mean that, like, a politician has now, for one reason or another, decided to listen to his voters? Oh, how shocking of a concept. I know. What the fuck do you mean he's worried about a primary? What are we talking about? They should always be worried about being no longer elected. Like, that's the principle of electoral representation. That's literally what it is fundamentally.
The Democrats, the Republicans, and AOC was approached because she was saying, well, if Republicans have a problem with this, they can come to my office. They can sit down and talk to me. Listen to this.
I saw some Republican members of Congress saying, oh, well, if we have this shutdown, it's because of AOC. Well, if that's the case, my office is open and you are free to walk in and negotiate with me directly.
There was a thought from the Republicans that AOC is directing this, and she said that senators are welcome to go to her office directly. Is she?
Why are you saying such a ridiculous thing? Why are you saying?
She said go to her office directly. Think there's any?
She is not directing this. She's wonderful. She's a real team player and the rest of that. You started by saying Republicans saying that she's directing this. She is not. Hakeem Jeffries is. And this takes a lot of experience, a lot of unity from the caucus in terms of...
She also literally said, as far as the Chuck Schumer stuff goes, she straight up said, now is not the time for this conversation. Like, now is the time to defend healthcare for millions of Americans. Like, that's what she said. I saw the fucking interview that she did. I hate the way American politics is conducted. Like, it's basically slop tubers all the way down. Like, people behave like fucking slop tubers. But it just sounds so silly to be like, well, clearly she's the leader of the party now. Like, they're trying to fucking create division here amongst the ranks. Why are you causing drama? Is a wild defense towards the media. It's true. They are doing that. They are deliberately fucking... AOC said if Republicans think like I'm responsible for this, they can negotiate with me directly. They can come to my office and negotiate with me directly. This is not about that right now at all. That's the Republican claim. They invented the meta slop tubers and picked it up. Probably. That's true. Oppo has always worked that way.
View, and that's what this is. She's an articulate spokesperson for her point of view.
Her point of view.
She doesn't like the premise. But it's what...
See? Once again, more drama. You reply to it, and then they derive more drama out of it. Oh, the girlies are fighting.
AOC said, so you can keep yelling at the reporter or the anchor.
Yeah.
It's what AOC said.
That's right. She was quoting AOC, but we were reacting to this because she's saying she is not directing this. I like her. She's amazing. But she's not in charge, but I like her. Yeah. It's Hakeem Jeffries. She is not directing this. This takes a lot of experience.
Right, what she doesn't like, because she is the speaker emeritus.
Right, right.
I mean, I don't know. They should probably remove that. But she likes being in a position of power. But AOC is 100% right. The party is being governed by her ideology right now. And honestly, I don't know why we're inviting the leaders, Jeff.
Bro, that's so funny. They think positioning this as like, positioning the government shutdown around AOC, they think is going to be a successful way to undermine it. They're trying to draw internal conflict from the party as well in an effort to tamper with messaging discipline. They're hoping that the Democrats will start panicking because they also are under the false notion that like AOC is actually an incredibly unpopular figure. Except if you're Nancy Pelosi, you know you are the least popular figure when you were in office. Like AOC is unpopular nationally, sure. The least popular figure in office was Nancy Pelosi because she was the leader of the Democrats. That's just how it is. Meanwhile, AOC being presented as the leader of the Democrats is actually going to boost the party's profile. The reason why is because AOC is not as unpopular as stupid media figures think she is. Yes, Republicans hate her. Yes, this plays a role in her approval rating. But she is nowhere near as unpopular as the way that these guys present her as. And especially if she has more leadership roles or more time in the spotlight and can potentially exhibit the same kind of like messaging discipline that Bernie did for years. I think if she could show herself as a strong figure for progressive politics, maybe even some radical policies, she could boost her media profile spectacularly. Ultimately, it's not about one person's charisma, even though charisma plays a role in this, and entirely about the policies. That's it.
And Schumer said, we should just cut to the chase. Go straight to AOC and have the debate with her about what's in the bill, not going back and forth with Schumer. Schumer is being influenced by AOC right now because he knows the right thing to do.
I love the fact that you have the vice president out there first and leadership in the Senate and the House, because the president, if you noticed him a couple of days ago, he's announcing he's going after child cancer with AI. He's talking about getting your health care bills knocked down. He's dealing with the military and their new, with Pfizer. He's dealing with the new military, so he can continue to govern, and he lets everybody else get into the mud. And you can stay in the mud. Let the president be the president. I think it's a great way to approach it.
Don't you think, Brian, when you watch Nancy Pelosi, that's the problem with the Democratic Party.
100%.
They're walking a fine line. She wants to be the establishment in the Democratic Party. I was in charge. Now it's Hakeem Jeffries. I passed the torch to him.
For as many years as I've been alive, they say Nancy Pelosi is a fucking communist. All of a sudden, now you have to present like drama within the ranks. You have to say, well, Nancy Pelosi is an establishment Democrat. She's more moderate. I thought she was a socialist communist. What happened? All of a sudden, now AOC is the socialist communist and Nancy Pelosi is the reasonable moderate? Wow, what a change of pace from the Fox News Republicans here. If you find this to be sincere in any way, shape, or form, by the way, I got a bridge to sell you. They're only doing this because there is a left flank of the party and it's gaining momentum. It's gaining popularity. That's why.
AOC, we appreciate her. We're trying to appease all of the squad, but they're not really in charge.
Do you remember, Ainsley, I know you do, why Joe Biden left? It was Nancy Pelosi that finally had to step up, sound off, because nobody else, including Barack Obama and Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, would say a word. So she finally had to take control again.
She and George Clooney.
Right. And so, George Clooney. And because Barack Obama didn't want to do it. So she had to do it again, and she might have to step forward here, but she has to realize, like Ted Cruz in 2013, like the Freedom Caucus in the past, you may agree with their premise, but they don't have the leverage.
That's right.
The leverage is on the right now.
I don't know if you want to take ownership over all this stuff, man. I really don't. Like, these guys are talking about a steaming pile of shit, okay? They're pointing to a steaming pile of shit, just straight up hot garbage, and going, look at how awesome this is. We control all of this. I mean, the economy is dusted, okay? It's busted and dusted. Cost of living crisis is completely out of control. No solutions whatsoever. The only thing that this administration is invested in doing is like, is using a militarized police force against like neighbors.